it's not the Golden Pyramid middle of the game, it's the Golden Pyramid end of the game. Golden Pyramid end. And on the last episode, we finished the last of the main passages of the game, gaining access to the inner Golden Pyramid, which foregoes the naming conventions of passages and is instead the pyramid. As our last world's a pyramid, inside of another Golden Pyramid. That's just how it works out. So let's go to the sound room instead, because we've been collecting all of these good CDs in each of the levels. And with each of the levels having a unique background song, you can obviously figure out what each of these compact discs, I didn't say CD, I didn't forego the goof at the last moment, are instead songs that utilize the weird sound samples that are in the game, as opposed to being the background theme of each level. Because, you know, why would it be that? Why would you have ever thought that? That's silly. That's just silly. Obviously, this is a place to display weird songs made out of the sound samples available in the game, and some of them that aren't available in the game, like this Mr. Fly. Like, I don't think there was a fly noise anywhere in the game. Also, there's very good GIF material images happening on the top right of the corner. That one of the shopkeeper kind of DJing I actually used as an icon for a little bit, because it's just a very good image. It's just good. This dude doing like his Wario outfit, making like faces and stuff. Very good. The sound room is fun and weird, and it's just a weird icing on the weird cake that is Wario Land 4. But what would a weird cake with weird icing be without the weird strawberry? And if you push select start up LR all at the same time, you unlock karaoke of Metamayaki, which is actually the theme of Palm Tree Paradise, which is just straight up karaoke. You can do karaoke off of your Game Boy Advance in Wario Land 4, and you can use L and R to toggle whether the voice comes on, and oh my god, the little cat in the corner will sing along if the voice is on. That's amazing. I didn't realize that. I saw that it changed to green. I had never realized that before. I guess maybe I had. Oh my god, I've never actually seen that Wario before with the nice shoulder. Very good. Does that only show up for karaoke, maybe? I don't know, but this is good. This is fun, and you can sing karaoke along to Wario Land 4. Very good, very weird, very fun. But hey, it's not like I'm gonna sit here and sing karaoke to you guys. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. So, time for the Golden Pyramid, and the first level of the Golden Pyramid, and the only level of the Golden Pyramid, is the Golden Passage. Of course, why would the Golden Passage, be the level name instead of the... It's time to start the Golden Passage, our final trial, our final level. And now, this level is very interesting and has a lot that we're going to need to talk about. First off is the post-fold mechanic, that the entire level is the post-fold. You just land on that frog switch regardless of what you do. You're going to land on that frog switch upon entry to the level. And oops, I want that diamond, and I suppose that's fine. Because we can first off talk about how this level is designed in a similar manner to Wario Land 2 and 3 levels, in which it's going to try and waste our time. Because, we're timed. We have to show off what we've learned in this game and complete it in 9.5 minutes on normal mode. And I'm taking this a bit slower now because I want these diamonds. When I was rushing, I was passing them up, and don't want to kill that Yeti because I want to use this Yeti to go ahead and slip past these spikes so we can continue onwards. So that watery passage I fell in previously with the currents is actually different than this one. There's a passage of water with a current flowing to the left over the entirety of this level, more or less, basically. It's supposed to replicate that, in which if you fall through any of the pits, you'll fall straight into that room and have to find the nearest checkpoint you can to where you fell in, because there will be checkpoints, little areas that you'll bump into, stopping you from just flowing straight back to the beginning with return pipes, allowing you to keep going. This is what one of them is. This is what one of them is. This is what a checkpoint looks like. That wasn't, words weren't great, but the intent. You got the intent, and I don't think there's anything happening up here. Nope, just more Hammer Boys, just to kind of get you thinking with Hammer Boys, as the quote goes. And let's go ahead and get one of these Hammer Boys to make us Springy Wario, so we can go ahead and do the arrangement here in which they want us to jump between screens, come up here, and continue onwards. Now, you'll notice I've been collecting a lot of diamonds, and the reason for that is that this level is basically entirely comprised of diamonds. Oops, I don't want to become Fat Wario. There aren't any just crystals out and about. You can get some, you know, extra spoils for killing enemies that will drop them, like those minnows that we saw back there. But there aren't a terrible amount of them. So it's basically just diamonds, and that's it. And it looks like we need to become Snowman Wario to collect that diamond. And I believe that there is a limited amount of, well, I mean, of course there's a limited amount of diamonds, but I believe the amount of diamonds in the level is something like 12. So you have to collect the majority of them if you want to get the gold crown for the level. The gold crown, which I should have mentioned. Oop, I actually didn't want to become Snowman Wario. My brain stopped working for a moment. I should have mentioned this. Karaoke is something you can unlock with a cheat code, but it is also your reward for getting gold crowns in all of the levels. The reason that we hadn't seen it yet is because, you know, we hadn't gotten the gold crown in this level yet. But once we defeat this level, hopefully finding one more diamond along the way, we will have all of our gold crowns and have unlocked karaoke that we can sing at our leisure. And I did a bad job at being Vampire Bat Wario. So this is just a fun little level to test your mettle, see what you've learned in the game. 9.5 minutes is plenty of time to defeat the level. Even with me kind of messing up here and there, you know, we still have tons of time, and we're actually entering the last room right now after I clear this Vampire Bat Wario segment. So we've collected all the compact discs in the game, and we've actually seen all of the Purple Pipe puzzle rooms. But this last room of the Golden Passage is very similar to a Purple Pipe puzzle room, and I guess it's construction, in which we're going to have to clear it utilizing Professor Arrowstein, and I should have broke that. Oh, no, we needed to come down here and flip that switch so we can roll down here to allow Dr. Arrowstein to fall down there so we can utilize him for our nefarious needs. And we've also completed all of the gym pieces, because just like any other level in the game, any other passage pyramid in the game, etc., you need all the things to fight the boss. You know, that's the way the game works. It's the way the cookie game crumbles. And I have hit that switch, which I didn't want to do, but as long as I remember to hit it, it'll be fine. And thank you for your service, Dr. Arrowstein. This is going to be the last time we are going to be utilizing your services. Thank you for allowing me to throw you into a block and then get squished, and then I did a bad job and I hit my head on the wall. So I suppose that makes us even, Dr. Arrowstein. I didn't throw you into things that many times. There's only so many Purple Pipe puzzle rooms in the game. You're not even in every single one of them. So just chill, my man. And is there only 11? I thought there were 12 diamonds in this level, but whatever. We have all of the collectibles. We've made our oh, there's the last diamond. We're all good in the hood. I forgot all about this one. Cool. Unless there's any in this watery passage on our way back. We've gotten everything. We've gotten all the collectibles, all 4 gem pieces, our Keyser. We've gotten all of the diamonds. We're good. As you see, you get plenty of time to complete this level. Maybe in a different difficulty, that wouldn't have been enough time, but it was enough time for our purposes at the moment. We did good. We cleared our final trial, our final normal difficulty trial. It is all good in the hood, and we didn't even get hurt. What a good job we did. What a great good job. I'm proud of us. So yes, now we'll have all of the gold crowns, allowing us to play karaoke at any time without having to put in start, select, up, L, R all at the same time. And which will also, I suppose, allow us to beat the game. Getting all the golden crowns doesn't allow us to beat the game, but our accomplishments and all of the main passages, and now in the Golden Pyramid / Golden Passage, we can now continue to the mini game shop. Finally, we can return to play some mini games, which now you can see what the canon ending was from before. Like I mentioned in the first episode, I had to re-record that a bunch. But hey, all things must come to an end. Sort of. It's time for the Golden Diva. That sort of is kind of a weird caveat, which we'll be talking about after we've dealt with the Golden Diva, our final boss fight, maybe not our final boss fight, but the final boss fight of Wario Land 4. And we'll be hopping into the item shop one more time, because it's time to buy an item and wreck a final boss. No, we're not going to do that. The Golden Diva is wake. The Golden Diva is woke, but she ain't woke when it comes to the black dog. The black dog is her weakness. So if you want to unwoke her, aka murder her, use the black dog. So let's accept a free smile from the shopkeep. I will work it. I was gonna go ahead and take a second smile. In fact, I'll take a second smile. Yeah, okay. That work it was probably the best one that we could have left it off on, but I wanted a second smile for good luck for fighting the Golden Diva, the final boss, the master of the Golden Pyramid. Both Golden Pyramids, the Inner Sanctum Golden Pyramid, the Inner Golden Pyramid, and the Outer Golden Pyramid. And now, as you notice, there are 12 chests in the background. Those are all of the treasures that we had been gaining from the previous bosses. This boss is for all of the marbles. Every single treasure that you've earned up until this point is up for grabs against the Golden Diva, and it can disappear the same way if you're too slow fighting the Golden Diva. Oh, also the cat comes in and tries to beat up the Golden Diva, but unfortunately for the cat, she's weak to the black dog, not the black cat. Unfortunately, the little kitty cat wasn't taking our advice. So it's time to fight the Golden Diva, who is also wearing the treasures that were on the persons of each of the boss. The crown from Cractus, the earrings from Cuckoo Condor, the bracelet was on Catbat, I think. Was the bracelet on Catbat? Yeah, the bracelet was on Catbat, and the necklace was on Aerodent. So all of your treasures kind of come to fruition in the end. Both the background treasures and the golden instruments. Golden instruments? Golden accessories. That's the word I was looking for. The golden accessories that were present on each of the bosses. So her first phase is pretty simple. You just kind of throw her faces back at her after you bump on them, kind of teaching you how to interact with this boss, in which we're going to be throwing things at her. A very tried and true, oops, I did not mean to hit that. A very tried and true Wario Land-esque boss. I don't know if I said Wario Land-esque. This is in fact a Wario Land video game. Oops, nope, I wanna hit her with the thing, and I guess I can't do a jump throw against that. I probably have to do a charge. Do I have to do a charge throw? I'm wasting our time here, because we actually have to get this in under 2 minutes. Yep, you have to do a charge throw with those green boys. And we've wasted a minute of our time. Did we start with 6, or did we start with 6:30? I don't remember. Was not paying that good of attention. But here we go. We got a good setup for this. Nope, I did a bad job. I did a very bad job at that. So the items she throws down at you cycle. So it's not like RNG based. Oh man, I'm so bad at this. It's not RNG based. It's entirely based on like a cycle where she'll cycle through all of her items one through one. That ball that she just used was very similar to a boss fight from Wario Land 3, which was a Kitsune boss fight who's I think the boss's name is like Wolfenboss in English. And I also in the Let's Play, I couldn't figure out if it was a rat or what the deal was, but it's in fact supposed to be a Kitsune. Some redactions for a previous LP that happened like last year. And man, we are starting to run low on time, because once we hit 2 minutes, she's going to start hemorrhaging our treasures away, and we will lose out on them. So this hammer is interesting. You throw it up, you become Springy Wario, and then you can gift her. But because it has a set amount it disappears on, instead of being tied to like, oh, one and done when you throw it or it explodes or something. Oops, and we learned that we need to do a charge throw to hit her with this. You can actually keep utilizing the hammer over and over again, and that's actually what they do in speedruns, because it's apparently the quickest way to beat her. And we will probably try to utilize multiple hammer usages if we can. I just have to get past this duck segment, which I'm doing a bad job with, because grabbing these ducks is weird, because if you're just standing still, Wario won't catch it. And also, unlike the ducks we saw in Cuckoo Condor, these eggs will explode. Oh man, they also slow. Oh my god, we're about to die? Damn, I have not been paying attention to my health. This could be problematic. I guess dying against the final boss isn't the worst possible thing. I've just been playing a little carelessly and did not realize, which it may be fine for now, but you know, come later that might not be the best of decisions. I suppose we'll talk about that in a moment. Like this guy, I kept jumping into him when we should be jumping on top of him. And let's try and avoid that bomb. We'll go ahead and stand here, charge up a throw. I think that managed to hit something on its way out. You have to be careful of the hammer too, because as you'll notice, it transforms, because when it comes out, it's actually covered in spikes, and we only have a minute left, and we have to hit her a ton more times. I don't think we're going to be making this. I may have to allow her to kill me. That may be my best decision, or my best interest, to just let her go ahead and kill me, because we don't have enough time to kill her, I don't believe. I played badly, and I own up to that. Although we are about to enter her final form. Can I hit her with that? If we can, we might be able to do this. We might be able to knock her out in 30 seconds. Because in her final form, she just kind of tries to ground pound you, and she'll quickly turn the floor into spikes, which is reminiscent of the boss of Stove Canyon and Wario Land 1. I don't think we have enough time to do this, though. Ooh, come on. We just got to hit her 3 more times. We just got to be careful not to step on any spikes, and we got to beat her in only a few more moments. Come on, please, ground pound me. And, man, oh, no, we were going to mess up anyways. That's fine. Okay, I guess I'll go fight her again and just do a better job this time. Jeez. I don't know what I could have done better. I was playing excellently. Oh, and Black Cat, you gotta be careful. Don't come into the boss room. It'll be bad for you. I'll see you guys when I get her good again. Well, get her good. Get her good, not again, but fight her again to the point where we were previously, I suppose. So, we never used an item in the Let's Play, and I wanted to show this off. I'm not sure if this particular one will do the intended effect, but there's actually something interesting that happens if you use an item against the final boss, I believe. I believe this is what you have to do. I'm not sure if you have to use one of the second row items. I may have to do that. But typically what will happen is there'll be a fun little animation of the shopkeeper coming in and using the item. The apple, of course, being also a bomb. But it is also revealed that the shopkeeper was the cat all along. Yes, I wasn't sure if you had to use one of the special like black items to do it. But yes, the shopkeeper and the cat, one and the same. I came in here to fight the boss and then suddenly realized, wait, I never show... I'm not going to have a good chance to show this off, even though maybe I will. Oh, and hey, the boss's mask will change depending on if you do damage or not at the beginning of the boss fight. I actually didn't know that. That's cool, that her starting mask will be different depending on damage dealt at the beginning of the level, because, you know, as you guys saw, her mask changes as you deal more and more damage to her. So I'll see you guys at the end of the boss fight. And there we go. Once again, got her down to her last form with a minute to spare, which isn't a ton of time. Not doing great, especially since this is the run. I also used the apple bomb. Sure, it did only a tick of damage, but it's still an item used, which was against the status quo of this LP. So perhaps in the end, I've lost against the Golden Diva. Perhaps she did, in fact, defeat me. I am going to have to come back and fight her a couple more times, and I won't allow her to clock any damage in on me on this final phase. Well, I guess that's not technically her final phase, because here's her true final phase, in which she becomes a little pair of kissy lips, and she can, you know, kiss Wario a little bit. Mwah. But she can also kiss Wario's butt, because he's a rude boy. Also, because we were starting to run out of time, so there was no time to goof there. So perhaps in the end I did actually use items in this LP, and I'm a horrible, horrible liar, but I promised you guys it will be made up in full as we continue, because there's a little bit more to talk about as we go on. We've collected all 12 of our treasures, and well, I guess, you know, 16 of our treasures if you count the boss spoils as well, which I wasn't counting them, because you always get them regardless of how quickly you beat the boss. As long as you beat the boss, you will leave with the golden accessories. And also our friend, the Black Cat, who has also sold this item, would probably be more, you know, accurate. And, you know, this wouldn't be a video game if the thing that you played the video game in didn't fall apart at the very end. So we escape with our treasure and our newly acquired friend, I suppose. I mean, Wario's not exactly saving the cat. The cat's just kind of come for a ride. You know, the cat isn't treasure yet, so Wario hasn't yet started to care unless he's a man of investments and has invested in this cat being embalmed and eventually becoming treasure. The old man, though, that was a gimme, you know. Wario, you know, we utilized him a bunch. So it was payment for goods, I suppose. We're even now, old man. I threw you a bunch, you jumped on my head once when I could have died, but I didn't, because I'm Wario and I'm great. And all of this gold is just going to implode on itself, I suppose. It's going down in the ground and exploding with, you know, Game Boy Advance explosions. So who knows what will happen to that gold, but I suppose in the end Wario got the true treasure. Any schmuck could have just dismantled that golden pyramid and taken the gold that way. Only Wario could have gotten the true treasure inside, which wasn't friendship, it was literally the 12 treasures we saved. And since we rescued all 12 of our treasures, we are going to get the best end of the game, because how many treasures you get at the end of the game determines the appearance of Princess Shakora. I think that's how you say that. We saw her previously in the game in the newspaper letting us know about the Golden Pyramid's arrival, but since we got all 12 of her form, or all 12 of the treasures in the Golden Pyramid, she appears in her adult form, I suppose is supposed to be, and this is what you get for getting all 12 treasures. But unfortunately for her, she spent a long time as a cat. Cats have 9 lives, so she probably died multiple times, so she must be whisked away to heaven, and since there's 4 of those little cherubs, we can only assume that she died 4 times. Rich and deep Wario narrative lore. And Wario's surprised by that. You know, he appreciated the kiss. You know, that was shocking to him, but that's not why he came here. He came here for treasure, baby. And in the end, he got his treasure, baby. You know, when you get too much treasure and you have a treasure baby, it happens. So that's Wario Land 4. What a good game, even though I messed up the final boss fight in 2 different ways, I suppose. But hey, things happen. So let's talk about my feelings on the game, which I'm sure I've masterfully masked from you, and the status of this LP. So, Wario Land 4. You're never gonna guess it, but I really like this game. It is actually my favorite of the Wario Land games. When this game came out, I was actually very lukewarm on it. I'd only played Wario Land 2 and 3, and I was also 8 years old, so the fact that this game was different than 2 or 3 really like bothered me, and I was like, oh, you know, I didn't appreciate it all that much because it was different, and I was 8 years old. So I was like, oh, whatever. But when I came back to this game in college, when it was released for the 3DS Ambassador Program, I came back to replay because I'm like, cool, Wario on my 3DS, this is nice. And I realized how much this game rules. It's so well designed and fun and good, and just weird and quirky. There's a nice soundtrack, the art's nice. It's good. You guys knew. You're smart. You figured out the puzzle I had hidden from you that I like this game. There's also a book called Game Design Companion, A Critical Analysis of Wario Land 4, I believe that's the name, by Daniel Primed? Maybe it's like Primed? I don't know. I'll put a link in the description. It's a very good read. I wanted to read it again before this LP, but I didn't want to just become a mouthpiece for that book, because it's a very well-written book, and it gets deep into game design, and it's very good. It's a very good read if you're interested in game design, or if you just love Wario, which made it a perfect read for me. A very good book. I'd buy a physical version if it was available, but you'll have to deal with buying a PDF. Something Wario Land 4 doesn't do. You don't get the fun of seeing what your treasures are as you unlock them, but you do get to see them at the end of the game. You can see your treasures that you saved. They'll pop out as the bag. They'll pop out of the bag as you get to appreciate Wario making his drive home. So the status of this LP. We're not done yet. This game has 3 difficulties: normal, hard, and S hard. Technically, it's super hard, but it's written as S hard, so I'm gonna call it shard difficulty. We played this on normal mode. Originally, when I was planning this LP, I was going to play it on super hard mode, and it'd be like a fun challenge. Shard mode, excuse me. It'd be a fun challenge run. But I thought about it a bit more, and I wanted to show this game as it was intended, because it's a very good game, and I didn't want to scare anyone off from it, especially since a lot of the changes in shard mode wouldn't make a lot of sense from like, oh, you know, oh, this is this way, but only because it's shard mode, it would have normally been this way. So you understand. Also, there's some good songs we would have missed out on. So I'm going to do an overview of hard mode, a single video showing all the differences in hard mode. I'm going to play the entirety of hard mode for a single video, which might be the most work I've ever done for a single LP video, maybe? Not sure. Well, there was things in my Oracle LP where I spent literal hours trying to get a RNG thing, so maybe it was that, but I don't know. And then we're going to do a full playthrough of shard mode. I know it's S hard, but shard mode's funny to me now. So there's more LP for you to enjoy, or not, I suppose, because you've seen the entire game. If you want to dip out now, I'll understand, but the deep sadness inside that I'll feel regardless. I'm going to feel deep sadness inside regardless I guess if you watch it or not. It's my cross to bear, I suppose. But hey, that's the game. It's a fun game. It's a good game. It's a cool game. It's got the very good, the very fun, something borrowed, something cool. It's a good game. It's a good game. And with that, we have finished our time with Wario. We haven't finished our time. We've finished, the credits are almost over. We will be playing shard mode. And also, I have to show you guys the different forms of Princess Shakora. But first, we get to see what Wario's been up to. You know, it's been a couple days. You know, he went and found 12 treasures, and he's out in his Wario car once again. 1956 Cadillac, something I think is what it's supposed to be based on. It's like the same car that the Batmobile's based on, I believe. And we find a white cat with horrifying teeth. But unfortunate for this cat, Wario is not off to any adventure. The adventure he's off to is to a steak buffet. $10 for as much steak as you want. That's either awful steak or the best deal that's ever existed ever. I mean, regardless, it's a good deal, even if the steak's kind of garbage, but, you know, steaks, eat as much as you can. The greatest ending screen of any video game ever. So, there's that. We are done. with normal mode of Wario Land 4. Once you beat the game, you can go and with the same save file, you can go back and fight all of the bosses with the exception of Spoiled Rotten again. I suppose this is so you can do not multiple playthroughs, but so if you missed out on treasures, you can go back and immediately rematch the bosses and get all of the treasures, and then go fight the Golden Diva once more, so you can see the other endings, which I'm going to do. Maybe I already edited it in. Who knows? I don't know how things work. I very much so don't know how things work. So that's that. I'll see you guys next time for an overview of hard mode, and beyond that, shard mode. I'm gonna try and stick to calling it shard mode.